okay, what should I do when negative thoughts come up? You got to feel your feelings and you have to allow yourself to process the thoughts, even if they're not favorable, even if they make you feel uncomfortable. Like, we're still humans, so we need to like allow ourselves to recognize what's going on. So for me, I become aware of the thoughts and I process them, and then I dismiss them from my energy, from my spirit, because I'm at a point in my life where I'm so self-aware and I'm conscious of my thoughts that I understand that I'm a human and I'm going to have some moments, I'm going to have some moods where I don't necessarily feel confident, where I am like a little bit in old self-concept, when I'm doubting myself. Like, that's normal, but I literally dismiss the thoughts and I'm like, thank you, universe, for sharing, but I'm actually going to choose a different narrative. Thank you so much, universe, for showing me what's still within me. Let's actually choose something better. Let's actually go bigger. Let's actually raise the vibration. Like, I sometimes just say these things out loud to keep going, bitch, because we still have life to live, right? I have shit to do. Like, we all have priorities. We all have responsibilities. And I'm not going to let a negative thought or a few negative thoughts fuck up my mood. Like, I just don't have time for it. So if I need to talk to myself out loud real quick and be like, you know what? Oh my goodness. Thank you for sharing. But like, no thanks. It literally can be that simple, you guys. I just don't allow myself to get into a victim mindset, and I don't allow myself to channel negativity. I'm a human, you guys. So like, even I have negative bullshit thoughts sometimes, but I just don't dwell on them, and I don't allow them to like linger around or stay within me. I just literally am like, you know what? Actually, let's revise this real quick, or let's think of a way to redirect the thoughts, or, you know, I just interrupt the thoughts. And this is a discipline as well, because I've noticed that like in my old story, I used to allow myself to just stay in a victim mindset and not come out of it. A lot of times, you guys, we as humans, before we start doing the self-concept work, before we start our journey of self-development, do I have the mic like up here? Has the mic been like up here the whole time? Before we get on the journey and start doing the work, I think sometimes we don't realize that like we actually have a choice, and we don't have to just sit in a negative space or like just chill in a low vibration or like a low self-concept. I think sometimes we don't realize that we actually can come up out of that. Like, we have the power to change the way we feel by doing something in the 3D, like getting the fuck up, going outside for a moment, walking to the mailbox, take the dog for a walk, go for a jog, take a shower, do some push-ups, work out, turn on some music, like maybe change the channel, like eat some food, turn on some lights. Like, there are ways that we can read a book, a Neville Goddard book. Oh my goodness. If I'm feeling like weird, I go get a spiritual book, because words are powerful for me. So I need to read something that's going to help me get out of my bullshit, or I read my own affirmations, my storyline. Sorry, I'm getting off topic a little bit, but yeah, so like, now that I'm growing and becoming more aware of self, I know how to recognize that if the negative thoughts pop up, it's just my old story. It's just a bad mood. It could be my period, bitch. Like, I could be PMSing. I could be tired. I notice that like a lot of times if I don't get enough sleep, which by the way is literally 12:30 at night right now. So I'll probably be tired tomorrow. But, you know, if I'm exhausted, or if I'm out of breath, or like, you know, if I haven't been, you know, doing self-care, it affects my mood. And I'm aware of it now, but like, you know, when I'm not in the best mood, obviously like the bullshit thoughts come about. I know better now than to let them like stay around. Like, I know myself to the point where I'm like, okay, bitch, this is just happening because like you didn't get no sleep, bitch. So like, take your ass to bed tomorrow, you know? So I just dismiss them. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm still the operant power. Bitch, we still out here like getting to a motherfucking check. Like, I'm still that bitch. I'm still worthy. Okay. I still can have whatever I desire, even if I don't feel good right now. And that's so like, I feel like I'm going on a whole rampage right now, but you know, like, even when I don't feel good, like, I'm like, bitch, like I'll say it out loud to myself. I'm like, girl, you may not be in the best mood right now, but you still that bitch. You're still worthy. You still are enough. And things are always working out for you. Things are flowing to you right now, even if you can't see them. Like, I just pep talk myself. So, you know, you got to be your own coach. You have to be your own empowerment coach. Or you can, girl, you can work with me. I will work with you day in, day out. We will work on that confidence. We will work on building yourself up, staying in alignment with your high self-concept, and shaking yourself out of a low vibration. What am I doing? I will help you get yourself out of that funk. You don't have to sit in it. All right, let me look at my notes. I process the negative thoughts for a moment, then dismiss them since they are not favorable or relevant to the life that I am building, right? So I sometimes say out loud, thank you for sharing, universe, but I'm actually choosing a different narrative. So yeah, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot to even say that. So you want to dismiss the thoughts, especially because they're not in alignment with the life that you are creating and building. So your thoughts are creating, duh. So like, I don't know why I said duh. It's like a lot of you guys are here to learn, not to, for me to say duh, but, you know, you got to like dismiss the thoughts or else you'll create from, you know, those negative thoughts. Like those negative thoughts will manifest, right? If you dominantly focus on them long enough. So that's why you got to catch yourself as best as you can and then get back in the high self-concept so that your thoughts can be coming from the high self-concept and then you can manifest like the positive shit, you know? Yeah. Try to raise your vibe.